Peace and Yah bless. Yah is the strong one. The strong one is Yah. He's the tree of life. He's the fountain of living waters. He's the spirit and creator of all things that live and breathe. On this particular discourse, I'm going to talk about being over-righteous and being wicked and balance. Okay? Here in the book of Ecclesiastes, that's where I'm at right now, chapter number 7, we're going to read about this. Ecclesiastes was written by the great King Solomon, one of the greatest kings ever to live in any pantheon, okay? Especially during the biblical times. Now, listen very wisely to this counsel that King Solomon is giving, because it is a very wise counsel. Because I know when I come on these videos, I come on here and I tell you guys a bunch of rules, that many of you probably do not want to adhere to anyway. And I tell you laws, and I tell you statutes, and I tell you commandments, and things like that. Most people love to be, basically rebellious anyway, right? It's just in their nature to do so for some reason. I'm not sure why. Especially hard-headed Israelites, Black Americans. They're the leaders of being rebellious, right? And breaking the Most High's law, as we've learned by reading this book of remembrance, going all the way back to our forefathers, at the Mount of Sinai when they made that contract, before Yah. And it didn't take very long before they broke it, okay? And you read about all those travels and all the, what happened with our nation and, and how Yah sent the prophets, Isaiah and Jeremiah and Ezekiel and even the minor prophets, to our nation, about their unrighteous behavior, okay? Now, even when you are righteous, it doesn't mean that you can't have fun, because sometimes I think people get that mixed up, that a righteous person is supposed to be like, locked up in a monastery somewhere and he can't do anything. He can't have any fun. He doesn't have sex. He doesn't like women, or, he doesn't do this or he doesn't do that. Like what you see with, sometimes like the Pope and, maybe some of these, monks and, people in different, what they call religious, type of organizations. Okay. That's not the thing, and it's not the truth, and it's far from the truth. A priest can always marry. The way, they handle that in Catholicism is all wrong. Okay. Nobody can marry God. Okay. There's no nun that can marry God. There's no need in her saving herself and all that, not enjoying sex and all that kind of crazy stuff right there that you guys hear about, in these different religions. All that stuff, man, is a human is just that. Whenever Adam and Eva, her actual real name Eva, when they committed those sins in the garden and broke that covenant, with the Creator, that has brought us all the way to this day where we're at here today in 2020 in May, we still haven't mended that relationship, with God just yet. As I told you guys, whenever we build a third temple, we're going to mend that relationship, go back to that Edenic style of living where Yah himself is here on this earth. You read about that in the book of Ezekiel, right? 40-48, right? Those chapters, go read it. How he comes into the third temple, his presence, to dwell with the children of Israel and the rest of all the people who want to serve him. I'm talking about the heathens, right? And the other Hebrew factions. He dwells with us and our children forever. So long after we're gone, he'll still be here, and our children will still dwell with him. His presence will be here on this earth, again, literally, and stride alongside of mankind, just like he did in the days of the Garden of Eden, okay? It'll be that kind of relationship, again, in the future. That's why he's making a brand new, everlasting covenant, right? Right? Where he forgives all of our sins. You read that in the Old Testament, right? All right? When we get back to Israel. All right. Now, let's read Ecclesiastes chapter 7. Go there in your book. Open it up. Once again, if you're going to listen to my videos, please open your book up and read. Or at least pay attention with your book open. Because I want you to see the words. You don't got to see my face. You don't got to really see all that. What you need to see is this right here. Okay, because most people who do videos, they want to sell what they look like or what kind of outfit they're wearing and all that. That's not what people need. People need to see this book and be able to discern what's being said to them, okay? So let's carry on. Now listen very closely to King Solomon's words. Be not righteous over much, right? Neither make thyself over wise. For why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Well, what does he mean by that? Okay? What he's telling you is there's no need trying to live your life in an over-righteous way that you can't survive. Okay? You know, you're so busy trying to read the Bible every day that you can't live a regular life and enjoy a regular life like all of the rest of the populace. Okay? So he's telling you to not be over-righteous. There's no need for that, okay? Nor try to make yourself over-wise. You know, you're always reading books, trying to find knowledge, trying to do this, trying to do that. It becomes a weariness to a person's soul to be studying all the time. You know, there's an old saying they used to say, study long, study wrong. Study long, study wrong. Okay? Because anytime you're going over and over and over and over and over something, what'll happen is when it's time for that test, you forget what you were taught because you studied on it so long. Okay? Remember that. So don't be over righteous. There's no need for that you can't enjoy your life. Okay? Because I'm sure people who see me, they probably see me, you know, rapping or dancing or drumming or, you know, or doing something or listening to music, you know, that some probably would prefer me not to listen to, you know what I mean? But I, especially at this particular time in the door to Babylon, I still enjoy my life. I'm just honest like that. You know, I don't sit around and listen to, you know, praise music all the time. Not even the music that I make, you know, for Yah, the Holy One of Israel. I don't sit around and listen to myself all the time. And I don't listen to others all the time. I listen to it sometimes, okay? But I also enjoy regular music too. And you can do that, you know? You don't want to, you know, be turned on, you know, something with a whole bunch of profanity on it, even though it's hard to find a lot of music that doesn't have profanity. You know, it's hard to find clean versions of, you know, some songs, you know what I mean? And, you know, that's just the way it is. Because my playlist is, you know, very diverse, you know? Most people would be like, ooh, that's kind of a weird playlist to have. You know what I mean? So, but the key is, even as, you know, we are priests and so forth, right? And we are teachers, you still can enjoy your life. You still can, you know, do things that regular people do. Okay? That's the key. And that's where these people in these religions mess up at. And that's why they often chase off their children. They really do. I've heard a lot of cases where a lot of children, they turn against their parents because their parents, they try to be over righteous. They got them, you know, at church every time it's open. Wednesday night, you know, Thursday night, Saturday nights, Sunday, you know, Tuesdays, you know what I mean? They're being over righteous and not letting their children enjoy their life. And then their children end up rebelling against their parents, you know? And their daughters end up going out, you know, probably, you know, at a strip club or, you know, on porn somewhere, or, you know, the sons are out doing something they shouldn't be doing, you know, selling drugs or in gangs. You'd be surprised. You know, you probably hear a lot of stories about stuff like that if you ask certain people about it, for people being over righteous. That's what King Solomon's talking about right here in this verse number 16 of Ecclesiastes chapter 7. So listen closely to this wise counsel that I'm giving you, that he gave, okay? Be not over righteous much, okay? Neither make thyself over wise, that thou, you know, he's asking the question, why shouldest thou destroy yourself? Because you're destroying yourself when you're doing that, okay? You're destroying yourself. In other words, enjoy your life, but don't go overboard with things, okay? Now, here's the opposite of that coin. Check it out, verse 17. Be not overmuch wicked, okay? See, that's the opposite of that. He said, now be not, you know, much wicked, right? Neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? So what is he saying right there? He's saying, don't be so foolish and be so full of wickedness that the Most High have to kill you, okay, ahead of your scheduled death, because we all have a scheduled death, at some point that the Most High deals with, not man, okay, Most High, right, okay, Yah, the God of Israel, right, okay, but he's just telling you, because remember, your sin indicatively determines your time on this earth, okay, so don't be so wicked that you don't get to live out your full amount of your days, is what it's telling you. That you should die before your time. Don't be foolish. Okay? Foolish meaning what? Doing something foolish. Okay? Maybe you have a serious drug addiction or alcohol or whatever, maybe a sex addiction, or it could be anything in general. And you start being unwise and foolish in that stuff, and you die before your time. Like some of these guys, they go and they want to have sex with every woman they can see or that they can find, right? They're being foolish. Then they catch, some disease or, some kind of a sexually transmitted disease they can't get rid of, and they end up dying before their time. Because what? They were too wicked and they were being foolish. Okay? Instead of just, just a little bit here, a little bit there. Too much of anything is just simply too much. No matter what it is, whether it's sex, drugs, music, TV, exercise, etc., etc. As the great King Solomon said, all is vanity. All is vanity. Okay? Because we're always doing something for some kind of a vain reason, okay? Because you have some women, they don't feel like they're attractive enough, so they go get, big old gigantic breast implants or, whatever the case is. Or some guys, they're taking steroids, right? So they can get these big old muscles, whatever the case is, right? Because they're trying to take up for some other deficient area they feel like they're deficient in. Maybe it's their personality, or they don't have a nice car, or whatever it might be. Okay? All right? All is vanity. I'm just showing you, a picture. All right? Of what vanity's all about. All right? All right. But be not over righteous much. Okay? There's no need for people to do that. Enjoy your life. Okay? And even we as teachers and ministers of Yah and men of Yah, okay, the true God, right? First of all, YHWH. It doesn't mean that you can't enjoy your life. Because if you get to trying to be righteous over much, you're going to be in here not enjoying your life. Okay? All we got to do is just go by these laws, these statutes, and these commandments that Yah has given us to do. And they're real easy to go by. Okay? And they're very user-friendly. All right? And they're very respectful, to other people. And that's really what the commandments teaches you. It teaches you to be respectful towards other people and their property or whatever the case is. All right? That's what the commandments really teaches you. It's teaching you respect to God and then respect to your fellow men, to your neighbors. That's what the commandments teaches you. Just go review the Torah. It's for teaching you exactly what I just told you. Exodus 20. It's teaching you what? Respect to God and then respect to men. Respect to your neighbors. Simple as that. That's all the commandments are teaching you. It's not trying to hold you in prison. Okay? Just go by those laws and do what the Most High have told you and respect your neighbors. Okay? You don't steal and kill and all that. Commit adulteries or do stuff like that. There's no need for all that, right? There's plenty of women to go around. Guys. Plenty of women out here, right? Okay? All right. So that's the key. All right? Let's read 15. Okay? All things have I seen in the days of my vanity. There is a just man that perisheth in his righteousness. And there is a wicked man that prolongeth his life in his wickedness. Okay? All right? Now you're wondering, so why does that happen? Well, different reasons. Let's look at verse number 11. Okay? Of chapter 8 of Ecclesiastes. So make sure you turn there in your Bible. Listen very closely. Because the sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. See there? Because when they do an evil work and the Most High doesn't kill them the next day, then they get up going, oh, aha, nothing happened, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to go do evil again. Okay? But what they're not understanding is Yah just builds a dossier against them. Okay? He just builds his case against them and reserves them for their hour. Okay? And then he charges all that evil to them whenever he removes them off the earth. Okay? Verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him. Watch 13. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow. Because what? Because he feareth not before God. See, he's not going to prolong his days, this wicked man. Why? Because he didn't fear before God. So he thought what? He kept doing all this evil work and thought wasn't nothing going to happen to him because the Most High didn't get him right when he was doing these evil acts for whatever it might be, he or she. They're doing these evil acts and they're thinking in their heart, oh, ain't nothing happening to me, so I'm going to keep on doing it. I ain't got caught yet or it hasn't caught up to me yet. Okay? So it's fully set in their heart to keep doing that evil. But what does it say down here at 13? Okay? It's going to be well with the person that fears God, right? But that person that doesn't fear God, that wicked person, the Most High says they're not going to prolong their days. The Most High is going to cut them short at some point, okay? Because they don't fear before God. Simple as that. Okay? Now remember that. All right? So don't be over-righteous, okay? Because, we Israelites, black people, we like to have a lot of fun. Like I said, we invented partying. And when we get back home to Israel, Jerusalem, it's going to be a lot of it going on there, okay? Now, I don't mean partying like at the club, okay? I'm talking about just general having fun, with your children and your families. You're outside, and your kids are playing, and so on and so forth. You guys know what I mean. Like when you take your kids to the park or whatever the case is, take them to the beach. I mean, there's a lot going on over there in the Holy Land. There's a lot to do, a lot to visit. You know what I mean? Lots of, Jordan River, the Sea of Galilee, the Dead Sea, okay? The Mediterranean Sea. We got a whole coastline of beaches. You know what I mean? So we have everything we need in that small little place. We got mountain regions. I mean, there's nothing in Israel that's missed. I mean, it's like everything is all in one place. Because like in the United States, if you don't live in certain places, you don't get to see the beach. If you don't live in certain places, like maybe Utah, you don't get to see the mountains, or Montana or somewhere like that. You don't see stuff like that, or big old hills to go hiking in, or things like that. Okay, you got to be in certain states to do that. Well, in Israel, it's got like three different terrains. That's what makes it such a great land to be in, because it has so much there that you can do. Because you can go a few miles into the desert and go hiking. You can go over to the Mediterranean Sea, go to the beach. You can go to the Sea of Galilee and fish. You can go to the Dead Sea and do the same thing. I mean, there's so much there. There's so many different styles of terrain in that one land. That's what makes it so beautiful. Okay? So now this is almost over with. So let's talk about life a little bit. Okay? Now, all you guys who went to math class and algebra, you remember linear integers, right? Linear integers. And you remember those little lines, right? Okay? Now, this is a perpendicular line right here, right? Intersected right here, okay? which I'm calling 0. So 0 is, I'm calling being balanced, okay? So this is life. You want to keep your life in balance, okay? Now you don't want to go so far to this left-hand side, which I got it positive, right? You don't want to go so far to the left-hand side that you're being over-righteous, okay? That you can't live your life because you're trying to be so over-righteous that you can't live your life, okay? That's where the Pope and all them mess up at, man, because best believe what's going on inside that Vatican is not what y'all think. You be amazed. You be amazed. But anyway, so let's look at the other side. So the right-hand side, I got the negative side, right? Wickedness. So if you're leaning too far to this right-hand side into wickedness, you're going to lean so far in that y'all might have to kill you and, cut your life short for whatever wickedness you might be doing. Okay? So you want to always, you don't want to lean so far this way. You want to just be right, bam. Keep things balanced. Okay? You might slide a little bit and you might slide a little bit this way. But you know what I mean? But the key is to try to stay at that 0 point of this perpendicular line right here. Okay? Stay balanced. Okay? That's the key. Stay balanced. All right? In life. Don't lean so far left, man. Okay? You're being over-righteous. You don't want to do anything. You're putting your kids into a cage. They can't do this, can't do that. Don't do this, don't do that. Man, they're going to hate you when they get older. Okay? If it don't start when they get younger, if you live that kind of lifestyle. And those religions, some of those religions teach that type of stuff. And that's where they go wrong at. All we got to do is worship Yah and do his commands. That's it, man. Got to keep nobody to no cage, okay? Trying to be over-righteous because we're not God and we're not ever going to be God. We're not ever going to be like God, okay? No one is, okay? He's the Holy One of Israel by himself. Not even us priests. As great as we are, we're not like God, Now, we represent God to the people, okay? And we represent people to God, right? Through this book, the Torah law, right? That's how we do it, right? Okay? But we still got to balance ourselves, okay? So you don't want, being a priest, you don't want to lean all the way over to the right-hand side, okay? All right? To where you profane in the name of God, Yah, and profaning yourself. You want to always just try to keep yourself balanced. You may go this way, boom, for a little, and then you come on back to 0. Or you may go this way a little bit, boom, but you come on back to 0. Okay? You don't keep on staying way over here. Because if you're staying way over here on this right-hand side in some foolishness, it's going to be it for you. God's going to have to remove you. All right? All right. So that's the key. So remember that. And if you're doing wickedness, remember what the Most High tells you, man. Don't sit there and think because he doesn't execute his judgment against you speedily, that he's not going to execute judgment against you. Yes, he is, and your days shall not be prolonged. You're going to get them cut short. Okay? That's what he's telling you over here in 17. All right? Be not overmuch wicked, neither be thou foolish, right? Why shouldest thou die before thy time? Question, right? By being over wicked. But it says, be not over righteous either, right? Neither trying to make yourself over wise, for why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Okay? Don't do that. Okay? Remember this graph right here, this perpendicular line. Okay? Just stay balanced. You might move like this, right? Okay? But you try to stay right like that. Boom. You lean a little, you're staying right there. You're keeping God's law. You're doing what he's telling you to do, but you're staying right there. You know what I mean? You're not leaning all the way over here all the time in this area right here, because you lean all the way over here all the time, you're not going to enjoy your life. Okay? And your children are not going to like you very much either. Okay? Boom. You just get right here. Okay? You don't lean all over here to the right and stay in wickedness. Y'all going to have to kill you and your life get cut short. Same as it tells you right here. Okay? Because most people are leaned way over here on this right-hand side in this negative zone. Okay? And that wickedness, and what happens? They're not going to prolong their days. All right? So I want you guys to remember that. So you can enjoy your life. For all my Levitical priests out there who are really Levitical priests. And I want to talk about that. We're going to get that together when we get back to Israel. Who is and who is not. You can't claim you're Levitical priest just yet. Let's wait and see. And the Most High will formulate some kind of a way for us to know who is who and who is what. And especially not a Zodokite priest. Yeah, people call themselves a high priest. Well, hold on now. Okay? Let's just get back to Israel. We'll get that all worked out, all right? Now, a high priest also, there's only going to be just one, the seed of David. So that's already an open and closed matter. Okay? But there will be sons of Aaron or Zadok, right? The Zadok line or high priest line, or what they call a Kohen, right? A Kohen. Not a Kohen, it's a Kohen, right? Right? And they'll be serving in the inner court of the third temple. Okay? And the rest of the Levites, the regular ones, they'll be serving in the outer court of the third temple. Okay? So that's that. We'll get to that later on. No need to hear all that right there. Okay? This thing is just about how to stay balanced, to have a balanced life and enjoy your life, doing the law of God, Yah, the Holy One of Israel, who made every single one of us. Okay? Keep your balance in life. He said, don't, like Solomon told you, don't go way over here all the time and just try to stay right there all the time, because you're a human being. You will exhaust yourself. Okay? Don't lean all the way to this right-hand side into a wicked lifestyle. Okay? Where y'all have to kill you. All right? Cut your life short early. Don't do that. He called it what? Foolishness. Don't be foolish with your life. Whether it's drugs, sex, TV, any kind of a vanity. Don't do that. All right? Balance yourself. Okay? On this perpendicular line. Stay balanced. Stay balanced. Okay? That's the key. Okay? Less is always more. Okay? The less you do a thing, the better off you are. Whether it's eating or whatever it is. Okay? Overeating make you fat. Right? All right. So, but there's lots of laws to go over. Dietary laws, there's the Feast of Yah, there's the 10 Commandments, and all kinds of laws of, cleanness and uncleanness, okay? That'll keep you balanced, okay? And you don't have to worry about leaning all the way over here to be over-righteous to get it done, okay? You just go by the laws of Yah and you do them. It's quite simple, all right? So that's how you're going to lead a righteous life in the future, okay? That's for anybody listening to this discourse right now. But if you get to lean all the way over to this right-hand side, being foolish before Yah, you're going to die before your time. Doing wickedness, or you get this right here in your heart, because you're doing the evil work and Yah doesn't execute speedily against you, so you still keep doing more and more evil, guess what's going to happen? At some point, you're going to get your days cut off. You will not prolong your days. That's what it's telling you right here. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days. Okay? And why not? Because he didn't fear before God. He didn't fear the commandments. He didn't care. He thought, I can do anything I want. I got away with the first time, or the last 3 or 4 times. Well, you can get away with 100 times. But when it's time for Yah to judge you, He's gonna cut your days off, and you're not gonna prolong your days because you didn't fear before God. Because a person who fears before God is gonna do what? They're gonna come off of that right-hand side and they're gonna lean boom back to 0 at least. If they don't lean over here for a little while, come back to 0. Okay? Which is just, life. Balanced life is all it's telling you. Just balanced life. Okay? All right. So thank you all for listening to this discourse. That's the way to lead a righteous life. Okay? You can still have fun. You can still do things, but you have to be within the standard and the protocols and the statutes of the law of the Torah. Torah just means the instructions. Okay? The instructions, or means the teaching. Same thing. Okay? That's what we do. We give you instructions and we give you teaching, right? That you can go look in this book and read for yourself. That's why I always encourage each and every person, please go read this book. If you do anything in life, go read it. And you got to read it every single day. Just read it sporadically and you'll start catching on and learning things, okay? Because as the book tells you, it's here a little, there a little. So no matter how much you read it, Yah calls you to deliberately miss things. Why? Because you learn it here a little and there a little. Okay? It's like I told you, it's like a big old puzzle. And you got to grab the puzzle pieces and put it all together. And then it makes a big old picture of different things for your life for you to take as an example and do before your God. Okay? The one God, Yah. There is no others. Okay? Thank you all for listening. Peace. Stay balanced. Okay? Enjoy your life though. Yah bless.